Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video we're going to take a look at the Truglo XR21 red dot. This here a reflex sight, micro footprint, and something that for me I think I'm going to be able to put to pretty good use. Now specifically for me, I'm going to leverage my SIG P322. If you've been watching my channel, you've seen me going through this handgun in a number of different videos with a number of different accessories, and at this point, a couple of different optics. I really do like testing optics on this because, quite frankly, it's easy, it's cheap, and it's effective. But it's really about the XR21 red dot. Kind of like a budget model. It's not extremely cheap, but it's certainly not expensive. It's something that if you're looking to get started, I'm hoping this could be a good way to go if you're looking for a micro optic. And so today what we're gonna do, we're gonna get this taken out of the box. We're gonna look at it in detail. We're gonna mount it onto my SIG P322, and we're gonna go and we're gonna shoot. And so with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. If you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. And so here, as we get into this, the Truglo XR21 micro red dot sight. As you see real quick, this is the RMSC mount, so this is going to be a very small platform, about as small as it gets. What I did like about this is the fact that it actually has built-in rear sights in case you need to leverage your front sight. I'm hoping we'll be able to do that. 3 MOA dot, and you can see it does say a 21mm objective lens. Now, I'm not entirely sure. This does say auto on and off, so I guess we'll see. So as we get into this here, you can see unboxing this. This did come, and it is new, but I guess it was like pre-owned, so it may have been kind of rooted through, but everything is new. And we'll dig all the goodies out of here and take a look at it in detail. Which, as we get into it again, you can see this optic very small, which I don't have any problem. I've never had a problem picking up the dot. You can see again, it has that blackened out rear sight built into it. The one main downfall for me, the battery compartment is on the bottom, so you cannot change out the battery leaving this mounted, which probably won't be a problem, as I do intend on pretty much swapping out optics on this particular gun all the time, so that's probably not going to be a big deal. You can see here your plus button, and then on the other side, the minus button, your windage and elevation adjustment. So pretty straightforward, all things considered. Aluminum construction, nice glass on the front, coated lens, and a little bit red tint, which looks pretty cool. I definitely like that. This does come with a battery, which is your standard CR2032. Pretty straightforward. Couple of tools to help us get this mounted and adjusted. Couple of mounting screws, a cleaning cloth, user's guide, and a sticker. But the interesting thing as you take a look at here, GSM Outdoors. So GSM Outdoors is a larger brand. Obviously, Truglo being a brand in that umbrella. You may be familiar with knife companies such as, well, Cold Steel, SOG. They are in the GSM Outdoors brand. So I definitely think that's pretty cool. I mean, those are knife companies that I know I certainly enjoy. So the Truglo brand is, and I'm not going to say completely budget, it's a little more like mid to lower tier than some of the other optics. So it will be an affordable option, but construction wise, you should get some pretty good features. Preparing the firearm to mount this should be pretty straightforward. This particular firearm having a cut rear slide, so it's ready to go. I pretty much just need to remove the rear sights. So you can see here, the rear sights on this do come off completely, which now leaves me set up to mount the optic. Now I'm going to get just a little bit of oil underneath here just to help protect that. So while the optic's on there, it's protected, which now that's good to go. So the reality is I can now mount this, but I guess a couple of things. One is, as I take a look at this and setting it down and into place, I mean, that fits, but it is definitely tight. And I wonder if it would fit better with an optics plate, which it could conceivably use. And then second is the screws. I'm going to need to be a little bit crafty because the factory screws that came with the sights are definitely far too short. And the screws that come with the optic are too fat. So I don't quite have exactly what I need here right now. And just double checking this. Yeah, so these definitely do not fit. So I have to try to find some screws. Which, as luck might have it, I feel like I have exactly what I need. These are the appropriate thread. And the nice thing is, where these are sort of a fluted design or countersunk design, you'll notice it's going to sit nicely right inside the opening for the optic, and that should hold it nice and firm down into place without any sort of interference. So I'm going to go with it. And so at this point, basically, I'm going to leverage some blue Loctite. I definitely want to get some blue Loctite on this. Now, I need to get the battery installed first thing. So I'm going to dig out this battery, get it installed, make sure the optic actually turns on, which I cannot say for sure, but the plus side has the words, and I'm just going to go plus side down, which I can't say for sure worked. So now I'm going to go plus side facing up towards me, and that dot is definitely on. So I got that there. That is the right way. So again, make sure you can see the words. That is the plus side. And getting this set down and into place. Little drop of blue Loctite on each one of the screws, and threading this down into place, what I'm going to call finger tight. So I'm not going to go too tight just yet. This will need to have just a little bit of care taken to make sure that it's squared up in the front and properly aligned. So I'm kind of going alternate sides here, left and right, making sure everything's sitting down good, firm, and square, which I was using a 5/64 bit. Now, I don't exactly have a 5/64 bit, but very close to it is a 2mm bit, so a hex head bit here, and I am going to go for it here. Now, I don't know exactly how much torque this really needs, but what I can tell you is I'll know when it starts to be like too tight and I don't like the way it feels. So I am going to set this to 8. And I'm going to get both sides to 8 inch-pounds, which I think will be probably enough for now. It's only 22. It doesn't need a ton. So in my opinion, that's going to be about right. I don't know where to get torque values for this, but I mean, I really don't want to go that much. I'm going to go nice and gentle and alternate here. I mean, honestly, I feel like I could go to 5 and be happy. So, I mean, I don't want to cause any stresses that I don't need to. 5 is a very low number. I'd be shocked if 5 inch-pounds causes any sort of stress or damage to the threads. But there you go. And there you go. So we're going to let the Loctite set up. Now, I can tell you, as I take a look through this, I definitely can see the dot, so that's a good thing, which you should be able to see there. So pretty straightforward. And that's a 3 MOA dot. So we're going to let this set up and get ready for field use, and we'll continue on in a little bit. take a second and find it because it's going to be a little different for you.
Alright guys, there you have it, a look at the XR21 red dot from Truglo. All in all, I have to say, it is a very simple yet effective optic. I have enjoyed this. It's performed plenty well for me. Now, again, I'm gonna say, I'm fairly new to firearms, been into it for a couple of years. I'm not like some of the other channels that beats on these things and hammers them and does, press checks against them and all sorts of different crazy hard use testing. I'm not going to drop test this, so I can't really talk to the overall durability, but what I can say is for the average user and somebody who's going to use this as a simple optic, it's been great. No problem. I love the fact that this has the sort of built-in iron sights in the rear. It gives me the ability to co-witness. I have no problem with that, and it has been great. The overall zeroing seemingly holding for my needs. I've had, again, no problem. I'm not beating on this, but nor do I think the average user is going to. So from that perspective, this has been fine. Now what I did find is a lot of times I'm holding down on that minus button, which does turn the optic off. Once you press that plus button, it comes back on. So pretty simple, not a big deal. It's just something that for me, I do want to conserve the battery. I know that this will go to sleep after a while, but I did find that for me, long pressing, holding that down kind of does work to my advantage. The other thing that I did find is, well, I ended up getting myself a small, just cheap HoloSun 507K cover, which goes right on top and actually fits this literally perfectly. So having just a little cover, putting this away with the optic turned off, not a big deal. This is not my carry firearm. So for me, this is more of like a range gun. It's something that I'm going to use to test other equipment. And so having this in sort of that protected state has been great. It's not accidentally turning on by bumping it, which I think will help me in the long run preserve the battery, because one of the main drawbacks is the fact that, again, this is a bottom mount battery. So if I do need to change it, I'm going to have to take it off, which then I have to get back into re-zeroing, which is not difficult. It's just a little bit of a pain in the ass, and for me, I would waste a little bit of ammo. But all in all, a nice red dot working out very well, especially on this SIG P322. Absolutely awesome. I like it. It's simple. It's effective. It just works for me. And so again, the Truglo XR21, pretty good, I can say. I can recommend it for a simple optic, mid-budget, not going to break the bank, something that seems overall effective and has just worked out mighty nice. And so, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for following along. If you like this content, do me a favor. Take a look at my Outer Limitless channel, which is more on my primary gear. On that channel, I cover everything from hiking, camping, and backpacking excursions, all the gear that goes with it. So from sleep systems, shelter systems, knives, axes, backpacks, flashlights, you name it, that's my Outer Limitless YouTube channel. So, all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.